What is the future of work? Will AI replace us all? What industries or jobs will be impacted? If you're anything like me, you are paying close attention to this explosion of AI tools, and you might notice that some of these tools could replace you or take away some of your job's value for a company. I am a product designer, and I feel like every time I log into LinkedIn, I see posts about new tools that will design a website, write user stories, or build personas. And as a 25-year-old, still very early in my career, I know that I'm wondering how AI will shape my future. And it is important to understand that AI is not only impacting the tech industry, but there are huge use cases in the medical field. You can better diagnose patients in some medical situations. You can analyze heart scans, identify lung cancer. Autonomous vehicles are made possible through AI, and cybersecurity companies can use AI to better identify and predict cybersecurity threats. And it is predicted that the demand for people to have AI or machine learning skills will increase by 71% in the next 5 years. This batch of questions from an article from The Guardian perfectly sums up the mystery of where we are headed with AI in the workplace. Will it displace many call center workers or merely make those workers more productive by quickly delivering needed information to them as they speak to customers? Will AI displace radiologists because of its ability to read cancer scans, or will it help radiologists by enabling them to focus on more complicated, nuanced issues in interpreting scans? Will AI be able to replace some journalists by writing stories about baseball games or Wall Street's daily ups and downs? And I will note that BuzzFeed recently was called out for having people in like sales, marketing, business development positions using ChatGPT to write articles and posting those instead of hiring, a couple journalists to enter prompts into ChatGPT to gather different articles, allowing them to maybe make edits, make it more personalized, give it a human touch. They're simply making people in other fields of their company kind of double as journalists, and thus cutting away, jobs that used to be held by journalists. And so they also go on to say that mid-level white-collar workers are the most likely to be impacted, either with a full displacement of workers by eliminating some middle-class jobs and descaling some jobs. And I do see how this could be possible, and it is a little frustrating, right? That you might have a team of 10 and you might go down to a team of 2 and you use, different AI tools to, outsource some of that work, speed up processes, and then companies don't have to pay a team of 10, they pay a team of 2. And so that's really scary to think about that you might have, this decrease in the number of jobs available, or unfortunately, something like BuzzFeed, they might decide that they don't need that role altogether and they'll just give that role, that job responsibility to someone else completely. But I will say that the article does offer a more hopeful alternative where we might have a shortened work week to take into account the increased productivity caused by AI tools, which I do think is, interesting. And, there are some people in our government pushing for like a 4-day work week. And so if they can hopefully maintain, the pay and accommodate the cost of living, I think this could be possible. But do I necessarily foresee that they make the cost of living affordable based on this new shortened work week? I don't know. I really don't know. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But I personally believe that we'll see jobs where human connection is key that will really blossom, and jobs where humans are key decision makers will really increase as well. So really being able to be in places where you have to have, that emotional, intellectual, social intelligence to really flourish, make decisions, some sort of career field that utilizes the full capacity of the human brain. And, we may not be necessarily the doers anymore. We might outsource tasks, which I think is very sad for artists personally, or writers, or people who like to get their hands dirty in the creative process. You might have, less of that in the workplace, which might be a little sad for some people, but maybe it might be a great opportunity, right, for other people. Ultimately, we have to trust that this shift will create more jobs. We might have to pivot, we might have to learn new skills, but if you think about when the computer was first introduced, I'm sure that shut down some jobs, but then other ones were created, whole companies, whole industries. We just have to hope that this shift will have the same effect where we can continue to learn and grow and develop new ways that we can work and, make a living. And hopefully we will not end up like the humans in Detroit Uprising. If you're familiar with that game, the AI robots kind of take over and they want to have human rights, and it's kind of scary. So I'm hoping, that won't happen in any of our lifetimes, and hopefully we're a long way from there. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are, what your fears are, if you're learning new skills, what job you're currently in, and until next time, ghosties.